Well, hey there, fellas. Welcome back to the Bob on the Farm YouTube channel. So we have a hodgepodge video going for you today. Most of it's going to be getting ready, because it's that time of year again. It's getting ready for the bridge crossing at the Mackinac Bridge up in Mackinac City, Michigan. So we like to do that every year. We take a couple of tractors. Chris drives one, I drive one, and yeah, and we have a good old time. So anyway, before we can do that, we have things to do. So today is the Monday before, it's Labor Day, and so there are things that have to get done. Our tractors both need a little bit of attention so that they'll make the 10 to 15 mile tractor drive and bridge crossing and parade. Guys, what the heck here? Well, you guys went down into this. This is bad. Hang on, I gotta rinse you off here. Let's do that. So this is what happens when you try to get too close to the animals and they don't understand. Gotta wash all the I hope that doesn't hurt you any. I don't think it should. This camera's supposed to be pretty well waterproof. Let me shake you off here. Okay. Well, you might see a few water spots, but at least we're not completely crudted over. So anyway, there are things that have to be done. These tractors, these are the two tractors we're going to take. We're going to take my little working girl, the Jubilee, and she doesn't need much. It's a 6-volt system still, but we're going to keep it a 6-volt system for this deal, because you know, while I have a 12-volt system kit, I just don't really have the time to put it on. So we'll go with the 6-volt battery, I guess. And what we'll do is we'll go in and we'll change the spark plugs. I have some new Champion 140 somethings, 147s or 143s, I don't know. 437s, I bet you they're 437s. Champion Autolite 437s. That's the part number. And since I have two sets of those, that's what's going to get on here. And then we're going to go under the cap and clean up the points. And just, you know, make sure everything's getting a connection here and starts good, because that's nothing more embarrassing than when you go to turn the thing on and it doesn't start. So there's that. I also have to set up the back end of the tractor with a slow moving vehicle sign and a tow strap. I've got a fire extinguisher on there, so I think we're good that way. And sure, it's all going to be good. Now, Chris's little Ford 8N here, the one that she likes to drive, it likes to foul out the number 1 plug, so we're going to put a new set of spark plugs in here too. We're going to clean up a couple of good ones just in case, and take them with us, and that way we'll have a little wrench and a way to change a plug or two on here should it be needed. Other than that, this thing runs pretty decent, but once it gets to where it's fouling the plug out, it starts to pop and hiss and everything. So I do have a tune-up kit, and we might just go ahead and go under the cap and change out the points and the condenser and whatever else it is we need to do. Because sometimes when it gets warmed up, it starts to pop and stuff, and that's kind of indicative of needing either a condenser or a coil, one or the other. So there's that. And then, of course, the birds have been using it for target practice here, so I'm going to have to wash it off. And same thing with the working girl. We'll have to wash her off too. Let's see. Really not a whole lot to do. Make sure we have gas. I'm going to take this for a little drive just to make sure that it's good to go. This one does my hay raking and my tedding, and it runs through the field all the time. So I don't think that there's ever going. I don't think there's going to be any problem. As long as it's running, it'll be fine. So there's that. So let's see what else. We'll check the oil. Make sure we have oil. That's always a good thing to do. And and then I'm going to go ahead and switch with one of the other tractors, switch to front wheels on this thing, because these tires are in pretty bad shape. I noticed we got splits in the sidewalls, and it's more on this one over here, I think. Well, and plus we got tread separation here. We got a sidewall split there. If you can see, that goes all the way around. And that just isn't all that pretty. I might get an angle grinder out and try to grind off some of this rough stuff on here. They had some goofy thing welded onto the bumper when I first got this, and I didn't like it. So there's that. So I cut it off, and then we got that off of there. I don't know, what else can we do to clean this thing up? I have no idea. But we need to make sure we have everything we need. And then we'll be able to go do the bridge crossing, and it'll be fun. And we won't have to worry about anything being ungood. Not good. So anyway, that's that. All right, now, and also we have these lovely bovines here who need to go to market. I guess that's for the lack of a better term. We're going to go ahead and well, we won't get them today, but we need to be ready to get them loaded tomorrow morning, because that's where they have their appointment tomorrow. So they will be getting loaded on my buddy's trailer, and we'll get that all set up. That's one other thing we have to do, is set up that. And this trailer, have to move that out to the front so my buddy who owns it can come and pick it up, because he can't seem to find it back here for some reason. It's like, you can see it from the road if you look hard enough, but whatever. And then what? I don't know. Things and stuff and reasons for everything here. And so anyway, oh yeah, I gotta go get the big gooseneck trailer, grab that and bring it over here. Then we'll check the tires and give the bearings a little bit of grease and all the good stuff. So yeah, we got a multitude of things we got to try to get done, and plus we're going to a Labor Day picnic here, so and it's already 11, so I don't know how much I'm going to get done, but we're going to try to get something going on here. All right, guys, so I guess we're going to call this video Crap Bob Has to Do, so we can take a couple days of vacation. And it's not that many things, but there's still some things. So all right, so we'll try this again. Apparently I'm having battery issues here, and the issue is I can't find any good batteries. So we ordered a couple new ones, and they should be here tomorrow, but tomorrow isn't today, and I need to be able to record. Well, I would like to be able to record what I have to record. So anyway, we'll give it a try. I got a 70% battery here, so stole that out of the other camera. And hopefully we'll be able to, get you to show you a little bit of this and that. I'll try to do my best to conserve battery and just kind of maybe show you step by step as we go. But it's really not that big an issue right now. We're just changing spark plugs. So let's take a look at that, and then hopefully we'll be able to piece together some sort of a video situation here. So I need something to sit on while I pull these things out. All right, here we go. Gah! All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4 spark plugs. We're just going to do them one at a time so we don't mix the wires up, although I don't think it could if we tried. And then we'll unhook the cap, pull that off, and take a look at the points and the points and the other stuff in there. Although it fires up real well, so I'm guessing that probably our biggest issue is the fact that this number one cylinder. Oh, I'm backwards here. All right, let's try that again. All right, so here we are at the purple 8N Ford, and we're going to change spark plugs here real quick, and we're just going to do them one at a time and change the wires as we go. Well, we're not going to change the wires. We're going to keep the same wires, but we're going to, reinstall the wires as we go. The only issue that I know of on this one is that the number one cylinder likes to foul the plug, so we're going to put new plugs in. We'll give the thing new plugs all the way across, and then we'll keep a couple. Maybe we'll keep all of them. Just in case we foul out again, and we'd be able to change it real quick. I don't think there's any issue with I don't know. Who knows? Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens after we get the plugs going here and see how it works after that. Well, we got the very first plug out of the motor, and it's number 4. And I don't know if you can see this or not. It's hard to get good detail when we have a crappy light like this, but this is what we got. So anyway, it is wet, and it is also quite carboned up. So I'm not going to say it's fouled, but it's not all that good. So I think we're changing this just in time. Now I'm going to look in here and see if we have. I thought I saw a little gapping kind of tool here. So we'll try to pick that up. I got this little set here. I think it's from TSC or someplace like that. But it's got all the main parts that you would want. This is here's the little gapping tool. I think this is more for the points, but we got a little gapping tool for the points here. I'm gonna have to go find a little file for the points. I don't think I have a point file. I don't even know if we have a nail file. Oh, why? Maybe I do. I might. I very well might have a nail file. But let's get a plug out, and we'll see what the gap is here. And then we'll put that one in, and we'll keep going. So for the plugs, we use an Autolite 437s. It's what came with the kit. And that gap does not look very good. I think we're going to have to. It's like these are the same exact plug. 437s. Would you guys cut that out over there? All right, so we got the one in. I got one in here, so just to tighten it up. You don't tighten these very tight. You go finger tight plus like a quarter turn. And that's not even a quarter turn. Let's get another one here. There, that's about all you need to do. So let's put that wire back on. And take off the next wire. Yeah, there we go. And then the wrench, and then we'll take it out. All right. So that came out easily. We'll just unscrew it and take a look at what we got to work with here. That is pretty much the same story. That That's number 2. All right, so I checked the air cleaner, and that's got good oil in it. That's only after we got it to start. Of course, you probably heard it start and run. I fiddled with the jets on the carburetor a little bit, trying to make it sound a little better. Put a new rotor in under the cap, so we got that going, and it felt like it started a little better. Got the idle adjustment set up a little bit better so that it won't stall out when you turn it all the way down. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. We'll move on to the Jubilee here in just a few minutes. But being as how we got a Labor Day picnic thing going on, we're gonna have to go to that first, and then I'll come back and maybe I'll work on this a little bit later. And on this one, I'm gonna do all the same stuff, replace the spark plugs, probably do the cap, the rotor, you know, all the tune-up stuff, because this hasn't had a tune-up in a long time. And I think my wife is probably calling me, and I've got grease all over me here, so all right, talk to you later. Well, it doesn't look like I have any good batteries left anymore, so I guess we're gonna wait till the new ones arrive, which should be sometime today. But in the meantime, I gotta get to work, so you know, I'm just gonna start doing stuff, and you guys are gonna have to catch up later. All right. So this battery's about shot here now. So anyway, we'll pick you up on the other side when we have something to pick up. All right, guys. Well, I got the new batteries, at least a couple of them. We ordered 2 more also, so those should show up today. I would be heavily into the preparations for the bridge crossing, except for I still need to finish up the hayfield that I planted. You didn't get to see any of that because I did it all yesterday when I had no batteries for the camera. So we're gonna go ahead and give me a second here. Okay. All right. So the let's see, what did I do yesterday that I can just tell you about? Well, we had to take the beef cattle in yesterday, so that was the first thing, and then I had to go and get fertilizer and seed mixed together and thrown in the buggy, and I took the buggy around and spread that all around on the 2 little fields that are going to be hay fields next year. And then let's see, and then I was working using the 4020 to final roll the seed and fertilizer into the ground, and that's where we're at right now. I'm about halfway through the big field, so we have to finish the big field and then do the small field, and then we'll get a little bit of footage of that this morning. All right, so here we are out in the bigger of the 2 hay fields that we're going to hopefully get to grow here. Coda mulcher's ready to hit it. Let's just get to it. Let's see, let me wipe off a little dust here. All right. Might as well watch this for a minute or 2. wonder, am I lucky or am I lucky? All right, well, just like that, we got these fields, these new hay fields, basically rolled over with the cultimulcher when with the teeth set on the highest setting. This field is a little dirty. It's got some crap and junk. I'll be picking up stuff here for the next 5 years, probably. But anyway, looks like we got it pretty well flattened out for the most part. It'll do good enough for the way I do hay. I don't have to worry about wagons rocking in the field and stuff and losing loads like that, because I don't stack. I throw them in with a bale ejector, as you well know. So anyway, a little sample of what I picked up out of here. There's so much crap, but there's a bunch of, I'll show you this pile. This is the field stone that I picked up out of here, pretty much, well, a lot of it, and some of it's pieces of concrete. I don't know, well, I know which guy did it, but I don't know why. As far as concrete chunks all over this little field here. So I don't know the deal with that, but anyway, I'll show you some of the big chunks of concrete. We had concrete block that was filled with concrete in the voids, and they weigh about 150 pounds a piece, and it's about all I can lift up anymore, being the not so spring chicken that I am. And yeah, we're just having a good old time. But anyway, we're done with this part. This was the last chore that I have to do before I do all of the prep work to go up to the bridge crossing, and we're leaving tomorrow morning. And I mean, today's Wednesday, so I don't know. I'm trying to get this up tonight so you guys can see it, and then we'll have a quickie of the prep work. I guess I showed you the 8N already. We got the Jubilee to do. I'm going to do a quick tune-up on that. Yeah, and then right now I'm going to take the truck and back into the barn over there and grab the big trailer. So here we go. It is now begun. So anyway, we need the big trailer to we have to you know, check the tires and grease the bearings and, you know, all the good stuff over there. So let's get that done. All right, so to be able to hook this thing up, we're gonna run, looks like I'm gonna have to climb up in there and all right, looks like I gotta climb up in there and move some chains and binders out of the way, because we're gonna need those on the trailer, but not in the truck. All right, so let's do that. Get these things out of the way, you out of the way, more of you out of the way, you and you out of the way. Are we recording? Oh yeah, here we go. All right, so a couple more. All right, chains. Oh no, who did this to the chain? Who? I'm asking. Is what I'm asking here. All right, so never mind me. I'm going to pick up all these chains and throw them in the bucket, and then we'll be able to have a clean shot of getting hitched up here. So we got to hook onto that ball, and that's got to come right through there. So anyway, hang on just a sec. All right, now the secret is you want to run the center of the gooseneck part right down the center of the bed, which is this rib right here. You want to run that right to where the big ball is sticking out of the bed there. And if you can do that, and as you can see, we're just a little to the right here, so we got to move the truck. So we'll give it another shot here and see if we can't get centered up. All right, so you hear that? That's because, as you can see on the screen, Tailgate is down. And when the tailgate's down, this thing just likes to bark at you. So we got that going for us, which is nice. Generally, I like to look in the center rear view mirror, try to line the gooseneck up in the middle of the rear window there, and that gets me fairly close usually. So I don't know how we're doing. I don't think you can even see back there. So hang on and we'll see what we can do. All right, so I don't know if you can see it in the rear view mirror or not, but we got the gooseneck post lined up just about in the middle of the little window back there. So we're gonna go ahead and back it up, try to get at least sort of aimed in there. I mean, we try to get it right the first time, but sometimes we don't get it right till the 20th time, so we'll see how we do here. I don't know how close we need to be. I think we can get a little closer. There. Let's go see where we're at. That sounds like a thing. Let's go see where we're at here. All right. So, well, we're not even close yet, but we are. But as you can see, we're heading right down the middle, so we just got to go straight back. Straight back, and we got to go back about 3.5 foot, maybe, or 3 foot or so. It looks like that'll probably be about right. So, yeah, here we go. We'll give it a try. We will give it a try. All right, so get to see my machinations now that I'm trying to back this thing up and get it right. All right, straight back, straight back, straight back. Cut out with the noise here. What the heck is going even on? All right, let's see how we did so far. Let's see how we're doing. Oh, look at that. About a foot to go, less than a foot. I like that. And we're right on line. At least I think we're right on line. That is not bad. So good. Let's back her up just a little bit more. This whole process is a lot easier if you got a second person spotting you back there, but with nobody to spot and no camera back there, it is really hard. I'd like to get a camera that works, but I do not know. All right, let's try that. That was about 8 or 10 inches there. Maybe? Oh, we way overshot it. See, this is typically what happens. All right, now we have to go forward by that much, which is only about 6 inches. So let's give it a try here and see what we can do. All right, 6 inches forward. Now, you watch the thing on it, you watch a poster or something on the wall there and tell me if we're moving 6 inches yet. Right there. How about that? That looked good to me. Oh, we rolled forward a little. We're probably way off now. Oh, look at that. We're right on it. Okay, now we got to crank the thing down. I never luck out this good. So with any luck at all, she'll drop right in there. Can you see? Do we have any light at all? Oh, I think maybe we do. Okay, there you go. You're actually recording. There's the important question. All right, good. So here we go. Down, 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 down. We're going down. So you're hitched on to the oil. Just like that. There, that's safe. And we can plug this thing in, just like so. There. Alright. Did we turn on? We don't know. This thing is, sometimes it takes a couple of turns around the block to get the connection made in the gooseneck. I guess I should probably run a ground plug. Part of this, run a ground wire through here, ground the trailer to the truck, but we're not doing that right now. So there you have it. All right, so we should be, you know, essentially ready to hit the highway with this thing, other than getting stuff on it. We do need to load our tractors, and they are over at the other farm. Oh yeah, I forgot one thing. If you look in there, the mighty 2840 is hitched up to a hay wagon that's full of hay that a guy has supposedly bought, or is going to buy today sometime. And so you know, as if I don't have any time for anything else, he's gonna come and buy he's gonna buy this hay. And you know, it'd be nice to have the empty wagons, but you know, I need time to get my stuff done here. So working on that. It's gonna be a quick one. We're not gonna have the cleanest truck going up there this year. Last year I wiped it out real nice, and it was quite comfortable. This year, not quite as much. Might give it the vacuum test here, the vacuum treatment. But you know, you can't do everything. And I don't know why, you know, since I retired from doing the book fairs, I have less time than I ever had. I just don't know how that works that way. I've heard that story from other guys that retired from things before, and it's like, yeah, I retired and now I don't got time for nothing. Well, that's kind of where I'm at now. So anyhow, yeah, let's get around, and so we can miss this guy in the red pickup coming up here, and we'll head ourselves right on home. All right, home's right over there, so you know, it's not really a long drive. I've never had to jump start it. I mean, I did have to. It's a 6-volt, so you know, things go. Make sure we've got oil in here. We've got oil. It probably really needs an oil change, but you know, we're just gonna go do the one tractor crossing. Go do the bridge crossing with the tractors this year, and yeah, so we need to get this thing going good enough to do that. It probably is already good enough to do that, but I mean, we got to do. I mean, I need, you know, I need to be able to have it start dependably when it's a cold morning on Saturday morning. So we're gonna do that. It's always been able to start when it's cold though, so that's a pretty good deal. Oh, come on. Why aren't you going? You're stuck, that's why. Ah, why won't you? Huh? What do you look like? Carbon! Yeah, we're gonna give it nice new plugs. I have a set in here. And believe it or not, they're the same plug, I think. These are 437s, right? Yep, 437s, brand new ones. Whoops. All right, so we're going to go ahead and kind of gap these all just a little bit more so that it gives you a little more hot spark. I don't know if it gives you a little more hot spark. I'm just trying to make it so that it has something close to a gap here. There we go. That's how we want it. Let's just go ahead and stick that back in there. Well, we might want to put a little oil on these threads. I think maybe that's what we're going to do. Where's my dipstick? There it is. Watch this. Let's just put a little oil on the threads. And hopefully it'll thread on there a little better. All right, there's one. So anyway, you can see how that goes. It's just you pull the old one out and put the new one on. All right. So if you can see, and I know it's hard to see down in here, but right there is a little nut that we're trying to use one of these wrenches to remove. It has to be bigger than a quarter. We'll try 5/16. Is that going to work? Oh, it's going to work. But none of these little connectors want to move very well, do they? There we go. There we go. We got it to move. All right, now we'll just loosen that up a little bit, get these off of there. Get the... All right, why isn't this working here? What the heck, boys and girls? Oh, are you telling me that we got to take this nut off of here? I guess we got to take the nut off of there. Well, we sure don't want that to fall down inside the cavity here. That would mess up my whole day. Okay, now new points. Let's see if we can do new points here. Okay, see this little copper strip? That's kind of important. We got to make sure we get that included in the new connections here, and that's got to go over this post, and then we got to put this nut on. Let's see if we can make that happen. All right, what you don't see is how hard I've got my tongue pressed into my cheek here. There, let's try that. Can we do it? Can we do it? We don't know because it's It's too darn small for our fingers. Let's see, I got that there. Let's tighten that down. Let's do the screws first. We'll get this thing mounted in there, and that way we'll be able to work with what we got there. Okay. Again, with the magnetic tipped screwdriver, that works very well. And then the other screw, that can go in there. Oh yeah, looky at that. Okay, now we have to turn the... Do we have any of the grease in here? I bet we don't. Shoot. Oh wait, we have a little. Yes, we do. Okay. Should put a little grease. All right, we'll just go ahead and tighten this connection right here with the copper strap and the wire from the condenser. And we'll hope for the best here. Now we're going to put set the new points, and I have a gapping gauge, but we got to get them. Screwdriver, there we go. There, let's do that, keep that from turning. All right, are you still recording there? You are still recording there, which is amazing because I didn't even remember telling you to record. Anyway, we're trying to set the gaps on this, on the points here. We need to snug this down just a touch. All right, so we got this up on the lobe. We want to be able to stick this little tool down in between the gap of the points, and we can't do that yet. So we have to give this a little turn, a tweak, I should probably tighten down this screw just a little bit more too. All right, now can we fit this through there? Not yet, but we're gonna be able to. How's that? Oh, there we go. Now, let's go ahead and close it down. Give it a nice snug of a bug there. Perfect. At least it feels close to perfect. I don't know. I'm not much of a mechanic. So, I don't know how many times I have to keep telling you guys that as far as mechanicness goes, I'm not really all that great. But I try to get by with a little help from my friends, and I do have a couple of guys that I know that are pretty decent mechanics, and I've watched them and I've learned from them, and I've learned how to do these at least over the years. So anyway, I think we should be able to put the rest of this together now. All right, so we have to align that with the oiler, and the oiler is right there, so that goes right here like that. And then we need to put our little clip on, that little guy right there, and that just fits on just like that. And then we need our new rotator. That's the old one. We need the new one. Where's the new one? Is that in this bag? Oh, it is in this bag. Here we go. All right, now we put that on. And that, there's the flat side there, so that lines up with the flat side on the little shaft that sticks up out through there in the distributor. And then we put our new cap on, and then we'll switch the plug wires over to it. Let's see. Number one is that one right there, and that, if I recall how this went, it went right there like that, and there's number one, and number one's right there. So we'll do that, just like that. Okay, and then just one wire at a time. That's number three. Number three goes over here. Okay, number one goes right here. Number two goes in here. Number four goes in here. We're going to have to make sure we got these all down in there the way they're supposed to be too. And then this guy for the coil goes right there and there. Now, let's see if we start, because that would be great if we did. All right, cross your fingers. That looks pretty good. It's running. makes me very happy. I like it. Okay. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to change out the front wheels. I got a different set from another tractor, and then yeah, I only got to put all this crap away. So wish me luck. Here we go. All right, fellas, here we are with Chris's 8N. Let's see here. Oops, we don't want that on here. We can't have that. We'll just throw that right there for now. All right, so we're going to take us for a quick little test drive. We don't know how good it is for itself now, but we're going to check it out here. Okay, let's give it a try. Give it a whirl. So this sounds like it's going to do pretty good, so I'll leave you here. We'll pick you back up, I don't know, washing, I don't know. We got to wash these things, and then we got to load them and tie them down and chain them and check them twice and say the magic words and do all that stuff, and then we should be about ready to go, except for we got to clean the truck out. And that's going to be the worst part of it. It's the job I hate the most. So anyway, we'll see you sometime soon, probably in just a couple seconds. Well, now I don't even know if you guys got if we recorded this, but we put the other wheel on there too. So we've got both the front wheels from the 901 on the Jubilee. We put the Jubilee tires on the 901 just so that it had something to stand on. Now we're filling the air in the trailer tires, and I'm sure you know how that goes. You know, we're giving it the air hose here. So yeah, we'll work on that, then we'll hit the grease, and I don't know what else. There's other stuff to do still. Got to clean out the truck, got to clean these guys off, we got to load them. We're getting there, slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. GoPro turn off. GoPro stop recording.